example. When things get hard in life, you just keep swinging as hard as you can. You fight. That's our culture.
I promised you we had a plan. Remember that we talked about a plan? The plan was infallible. Part of that infallible plan is getting a team prepared, ready to go, so we start practice. Our coaches know what we got. And there's not one person in America I trusted more than Coach Mick and that staff. Think about this. 130 teams either today, they report, or they've already reported. 130. 16 weeks from now, there's going to be one champion. One champion in our conference, one champion on the side of our conference. And in the country, one team's going to do this. Not 36, not 48, not 44, one. That tells you how hard it is to be a champion. To do right all the time. To know your assignments. To have 11 guys play hard on every staff. That's hard. That's why there's one. I want a hungry team. I want a hungry team. I want a team that can't wait to get out there. So there's a bunch of players that maybe, whenever you're a new coaching staff, you haven't played much, maybe you're trying to make a name for yourself, you're a hungry football player. I want a hungry team. And last one, most importantly, I've got to coach a few of them. I want an angry team. I want a pissed off football team. I want a team that has a little chip on their shoulder. Maybe something's been taken from you. Maybe something hasn't. Maybe something's been taken from you. Are you a team that's going to go get it? You're the Ohio State Buckeyes. You're an angry football team. You got an angry staff. You got a bunch of guys that are getting ready to start a journey. We're starting that journey tomorrow at 5 a.m. You're a hungry football team, and I'm proud to be your coach. There's a plan in place, right?
World-famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeyes. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Being the Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro. Welcome to the world famous Buckeye Show, hosted by your boys Cleveland Mike and your guy Terry. College football stop, man. Terry, how are you doing?
Brother, I am good, man. I am really good. Things have been going great, man. My kids went back to school this week. I know yours done been there, but mine went back. Listen, I just got a car, a new to me car. You know what I mean? So that's always cool. I spent like 2.5 hours today. Detailed my wife's van, so it's been good, man. Everything's been good, bro. What's up with you?
Man, like you said, just kids keeping us busy, man. Been trying to eat a little bit, just a little bit better, right? Like in the mornings, I've been starting off with a smoothie, so I've been making my own. At first, I was going to like Smoothie King, and then this like other like natural smoothie shop that's over here by my house. But I'm like, screw it. Though. Yeah, I was like, man, I need to start making my own. So I got all this stuff. And sometimes, you know, after I drop the kids off at school, I'll just go to Kroger in the morning. And to be honest, hitting up Kroger in the morning is the best. I don't know about y'all, but if you go to the grocery store in the morning, you definitely know it's the best.
It's the best time to go there. I mean, I can see it. The morning during like the work week when everybody's at work, you just go in there and it's not busy. You just go get whatever you want, get out real quick.
I'm in there with the old folks, man. I love it. I'm in there with the old people, man. Yeah, but
man.
But man, we appreciate all of you all that are here, man. Again, welcome to the world famous Buckeye Show that's here every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. While you're here, hit that like and subscribe button. Also, if you're watching on the X app, hit that retweet button, hit that like button as well. It costs you nothing. It's free. It helps us out, helps us grow, helps more people see this. This is a big week. If you're a Buckeye fan, you definitely should be liking this video. If you're a Texas fan, I think you should like this as well. We're about to get into it, man. There's a lot of Ohio State, Texas talk that's been going on. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about, you know, the Kansas State, Iowa State game that happened as well.
Ugly game.
Yeah, and then we have our underrated games that kind of no one, I think, is talking about that we should be talking about. and we'll talk about at the end of the show, man. So, Terry, man, you have a question of the day for people, man. So what is the question that you want everybody to answer in the comments and in the live chat?
All right. So I just me and Mike been talking, man. We're gonna start doing a little question of the day on here. So let me see. Dude, I forgot it. I wrote it down. This is why I need to just do this off the top of the head, Mike, because I'm dumb and I forgot it. All right, here it goes. My bad. Anyway, so later on in the show, we're gonna talk about kind of Sark and who he's going to target on Ohio State's defense. So that's going to be the question for the chat. Who will Steve Sarkisian target on Ohio State's defense to try to create plays for Texas? That's something that he's known to do. We're going to get into it a little bit later, but yeah, just let us know in the comments what you guys think. What Buckeye is susceptible to be targeted?
That's a good question, man. I mean, to be honest, I think that that is really the biggest question because of what we know Sark to be. So
I better not see Iggy in the comments.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, man. Definitely make sure that you answer that in the comments. Who is Sark likely to target in this matchup game, man? But
all right,
I guess the biggest news that's going around right now, I don't know if you've seen it, but I just want to ask you a question. I know you've seen it. Did Ohio State Dave Portnoy from the field and sideline access, or was this a Fox thing?
Dude, this is a crazy situation, and honestly, I hope it was Ohio State, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I hope it was Ohio State. Yes. Listen, Ohio State came out, said it wasn't them. Fox hasn't made a statement on it. Portnoy is saying that all of Barstool is banned from like doing their show there and stuff. Bro, I hope it was Ohio State, man. I honestly think it'll be hilarious. And all the Michigan fans are going to be like, oh, they're soft. Like, that's fine, bro. Go back and watch the playoffs.
Yeah.
The toughest team in the nation last year won the college football national championship. And you will go watch the playoffs and go watch how them dudes was hitting, how they was playing fast. Can't nobody call Ohio State soft anymore. The O-line was dominating. So, like, that soft stuff don't even bother me, bro. Like, bam. I hope so. But I don't think
if we're soft and you didn't win the national championship last year, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Right. And I don't think Ohio State did, for the record, but I mean, I hope they did. What do you think?
I hope they did, man. And to be honest, why would he even? Here's the thing. Why is anybody? I don't understand why anybody's upset by this and why this is a big thing or anything like that, or why Ohio State's being soft. The man's upset because he's told that he got to work outside and can't work inside the stadium. Has he never been told no it before?
That's what I'm saying.
Are we really acting like the spoiled brat? Is this Richie Rich? Is that who he is?
They're saying that, like, the big thing now is that Fox didn't want him on their show inside the stadium or something, so they didn't give him credentials, but they still banned Barstool from doing their show outside the stadium, apparently. But, bro, it all just sounds so stupid, and I think I've heard people saying, like, maybe it's a ploy to get people to watch Fox to see what happens as opposed to watching the ESPN broadcast because game day is going to be there. But, like, dude, the whole thing is stupid, bro. It's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have no real issues with it, whether he's there or not.
Neither.
Yeah, it has none. But I'll tell you this, man. I mean, Ryan Day in Ohio State has all the reasons on why, his fan base, his viewership, all of that, he riled them up or whatever on a fake story. And Ohio State, and Ryan Day and his family got death threats because of this. And this guy just doesn't have no logical sense. So why would you bring him in there? Also, he's made content with Connor Stallions. There's no telling what Dave would do. Is he going to FaceTime Connor Stallions while in there? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There's no telling what he would do. So it's like with that, no, we don't want you in here, dude. It should be understandable.
Yeah, like if you're going to associate yourself with that situation and make jokes about it like he did and say like, oh, Ryan Day is going to be in more trouble than, blah, 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 then I don't see an issue, bro. Like, hey, get banned, deal with it. Go cry about it. Make a video about it. Get some more views, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Well, speaking of Fox, man, and what they have going on, they know how to ruin the first great week of college football, right? The biggest game, the 1 versus 2, or as an AP poll would like to say, 1 versus 3. They went ahead and said, we're going to have this game at noon. Not only did they do that, but most people have this YouTube TV subscription, and they decided, hey, the week of the games, the big game, we're going to say we're going to have a contract dispute with YouTube TV. And I've seen a lot of people go in that YouTube TV, and I feel like they don't understand. When you go at your provider, all you are saying is increase my bill, increase my bill. I don't care, because what these networks are doing is simply coming out and saying, hey, because just imagine, you think everything's good, and then the repo man come get your car, and you like, whoa, I've been making my payment. The price of the brick went up. You didn't know?
Yep. Yeah. Dude, it's so stupid. And I've seen so many people just come back saying, like, we just need cable again, bro. It's almost like we just need cable again. I don't know. I mean, there's constantly some kind of dispute going on with like one channel and and it's always around sports time, because at that time, that's when they can negotiate. You know what I mean?
It doesn't
nobody
matter
cares
if
about
it's cable, Terry.
Huh?
It doesn't matter if it's cable. I remember, because people asking, like, how do I understand this? And it's because I had cable. And I remember ESPN going through this. ESPN going through this with the cable companies. And it's just, it's like one thing, 1 year, you're going to have ESPN. Another year is going to be NBC. Another year is CBS. Another year is Fox. And it rotates. Like, in 3 more years, we're going to be seeing the same thing from ESPN and YouTube TV and somebody else and all of that, bro. It doesn't matter.
It's the way it is.
Yeah, we have to push back on these networks and, stop pushing on our providers. That's my message to people. But I do see people in there talking about getabox.com, man. Make sure you get a VPN if you get that, though. But, man, did you watch any of the games during week 0?
I did. I watched not the full game, but I watched some of the Iowa State, Kansas State game.
Man, what did you think of what you did see in that game?
It was sloppy. It was a sloppy game, bro. Listen, if I was telling my friends, I'm like, dude, if I had to go out of the country, where they play, in Ireland or wherever it was.
Yeah.
If I had to go to Ireland for a football game, just for it to be like raining and wet, bro, I would be pissed. Like what? Like what? It's beautiful almost everywhere in the United States right now. You send me over here to where it's raining and wet, bro, and then the sky's gray. I don't know, but hey, I thought the crowd was pretty lit. I mean, as far as like the overall game, I mean, like I said, it was just sloppy. It was cool to see football back, though. I mean, I don't got a ton about the game, Mike, because I mean, it was just like those two teams. I'm like, okay, neither one of these teams really look like playoff teams to me. But I mean, obviously, it was the first game and they were playing in sloppy weather, so we'll see.
Right. Yeah, I went ahead and put a poll in the chat. Like, how do you think the game will go? So make sure y'all go ahead and hit that for our people that are watching on YouTube. Again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that retweet button. It costs you nothing to do it and just help support us, man. Again, I was watching that game, right? And I was just like, none of these teams have ever seen that it rains a lot over there. They weren't prepared with the wet ball at all. I cannot believe that Kansas State tried to push out Will Howard for Avery Johnson. I mean, later in the game, he started to settle down. But it's just, hey, this is the time where you're supposed to go out there, supposed to be a veteran, look like a veteran. And at times, he just didn't look like the best quarterback out there, man. still having the same mental mistakes that he had last year.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Rocco Beck is a better quarterback than him. But I mean, I will say Avery Johnson was doing a little bit with his feet, man. I don't know what his final stat line looked like because I didn't go back and look it up. But as when I was watching the game, he was making some plays with his feet, man. He didn't look terrible, but he's just not like the type of quarterback that's going to be, I'm going to go out there and throw the ball accurately and dot people up. And, he's not ever going to be that type of quarterback. And I mean, I guess that's okay. I mean, TCU just made it to the Natty with a quarterback like that a couple years ago. So,
Brad, I don't know. I guess.
Hey, Max Duggan. No, listen to me. Max Duggan is a good comp for Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson might be a better athlete. Maybe.
Put some more respect on Max Duggan's name. Avery Johnson got to show himself and then got to show more. He got to show more toughness than that, bro. Like, nah, man.
Toughness, man.
I don't know about that. Max Duggan was a tough dude, bro. I don't know about that one.
Nah, he was. I got to give him some credit. He was definitely a tough dude. But either, like I said, man, Avery Johnson's just not going to be the guy that's going to go out there and just dot you up. I don't think ever. And their skill positions is not that good either. So yeah, I mean, back to your original point, like no one should have ever traded Will Howard for Avery Johnson. That's for sure. But man, I don't know how true it was that he was being pushed out and he was not going to start. Maybe he was just like, I'm not trying to deal with this kid behind me that everybody wants to start over me.
I don't think Will Howard is moved by what anybody says about him. I think he showed that, man.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think he. I mean, my thing is, Will's more the type of guy like I'll prove you wrong than anything. Like, I think he likes that type of challenge. But I'll say this: my player of the game this week, I was watching UC Davis and the Mercer game, and I got to give it to Caden Pennick. Redshirt freshman quarterback, bruh. This dude was out there having himself a day against Mercer, man. He the game ended up getting canceled. He was 13 of 23, 141 passing yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, 62 yards on the ground. But anytime that UC Davis needed to make a play, they could count on this guy to go ahead and move the chains, get them down the field, and I felt like they were going to win the game. Also, want to say I don't believe that he will finish his college career at UC Davis if he continues to play like this and gain the experience.
That's that transfer portal, man. That's what's good. Maybe he'll be a Buckeye.
Oh man, I don't know about that, but definitely.
You tell me no if he's like that. Ohio State go out there and get him, man. I'm just playing, but yeah. That's a good part about the transfer portal, though. If you don't get recognized out of high school, you can go somewhere like UC Davis, show out, and end up playing big time ball. And once you play that big time ball, that's automatically going to raise your draft stock, assuming that you're actually good.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Well, we got some business to take care of. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. See what our partner Win Agency has to say about his sponsorship experience with us right here on screen. Let's discuss how you can also reach your target market. Contact us at sponsorships at vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships at vocfb.com. All right, man. So, again, Terry, let them know what your question of the day is for the comments. Let them know. We got more people in here.
No, I got you. So yeah, our question of the day today is Steve Sarkisian always tries to pick players on the opposite team that he feels like he can get a good matchup with and kind of pick on that player if he's able to. So the question is, who do you think on Ohio State's defense for this week only is going to be susceptible to being like the target, like the one that Sark is like, I'm going to draw up a play against this guy and we're going to score a touchdown. Me and Mike are going to talk about it a little bit later, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, man. Hey, again, Terry, there was so much football going on. High school football has kicked off as well. You got guys out there making plays. Sincere Johnson went out there. His team, Glenville, got the dub against Massillon. You also had Chris Henry Jr. coming back off the injury. Shows why if anybody had him dipping as the not being the number one overall recruit or the number one wide receiver, you're tripping. Dude went out there, had himself a day, had each catch that he had was just amazing as well. And he had one of those dun-dun-dun, where it was like he was looking this way, the ball was over here about to get intercepted. He still caught it, took it out dude's hands, ran for a touchdown all by himself, man. What do you think about Chris Henry Jr., this Buckeye commit, and his teammate Kane Dixon-Wyatt?
Yeah, I think that they both look really good, dude. I mean, that's zone 6, bro. Chris Henry Jr. got a lot of disrespect from people just because they're like, oh, he's 6'6". How's he going to play wide receiver? And blah, 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 blah. But he moves fluid, man. And, dude, that catch he made was one of the craziest catches I've ever seen. Like, he put his hands out there and didn't even see the ball. And was just like, bloop, just grabbed it. And he, like, was strong enough to fight through that defender as he was doing that. Just a crazy catch, man. And I hope that he continues to look like that because I feel like he dropped some in the recruiting rankings. And I think that he deserves to be one of the top players in the country. And hopefully he'll just continue having a big time year for his senior year. And then next year he gets to be on the same team as Jeremiah Smith. So, I mean.
It's crazy, man. Crazy.
There was some other recruits I seen that was balling too. I don't know if you've seen the little highlight tape, but Kari Wilder, or the defensive end commit we got, or he's a defensive end or a defensive tackle. I would assume he's going to play end here, but he put out a little highlight tape from game 1, dude. He was balling, and he's out in California. But you're gonna have to check it out. If any of you guys didn't see it in the chat too, look up. He put it on his Twitter, probably Instagram too. I don't know what his Instagram is, but check it out. That kid was going crazy, and that's the same kid that was going stupid in all the camps that he was going to, and was just kind of making those big-time offensive linemen look stupid, which I know a lot of the things they do are easier for the defensive line to win, but he was out there making them look stupid and letting them know about it. And we might have got us a diamond in the rough with that one.
Facts, man. We might have. And again, this train and Brian Hartline just keeps going and going and going, man. Yep. So that's just a good thing. So you got something in here, man. The final depth chart, we've been hearing from Ryan Day talking about the O-line, the safeties, nickel. Talk to us, Terry. How do you feel about this and what Ryan Day has been saying? So
if you're down, Mike, I just want to run through the depth chart with you. All right.
Go ahead.
I'll take the lead here. I want to start from the very top. Obviously, we got Julian Sands starting at quarterback. Let's move on. Just move on from that. Let's move on to the running back position. Who do you think gets the first snaps, man? Or let me say it this way, because I don't think it really matters. It doesn't matter who gets the first snaps. What matters more is who gets the most snaps. Who do you think gets the most snaps in this game at running back between James Peoples and CJ Donaldson?
Oh, man. I want to say it's just, if I was going with like old school, I feel like it'd be CJ Donaldson, man. But
old school, what that mean?
I just feel like if this was like Ryan Day, like beginning years, or Ryan Day before last year, okay, it would probably be CJ Donaldson. But I think that they're really going. I think James Peoples is going to end up leading.
Okay, all right. So there's that, and then tight end. I mean, do we agree it's Max Clare, right? I'm assuming that Kazmarek will play some. Probably all the tight ends will play some.
Yeah.
The only other spots that are really open on offense will be right tackle. Who do you think starts at right tackle?
It sounds like it's going to be Ethan starting that tackle, man, and then that Phillips going to be rotating. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I was trying to just read or kind of listen to what Ryan Day said. I didn't hear the actual question, but I thought that they was asking about like Phillip Daniels, and when Ryan Day answered, he was saying like he's going to rotate or flip in there some. So that's
Okay.
when I was like,
All right.
oh, did Ethan end up winning the job? So
Well,
we'll see.
who you got, Mike? First snap, Ethan or
I don't care,
Phillip?
man. I think honestly, the simple
I
fact
think it
that
matters, bro. They're two different players.
I don't think that it matters, bro, because the simple fact of the pedigree that Ethan came in here with, where he could have already been like a second round draft pick. You know, he already came in with that. Then everything that you're hearing from, you know, Phillip Daniels and the work that he's been putting in, how serious when you're talking about the team is walking off the field. Phillip Daniels is still on the field working. So, I mean, I honestly, like I said, I honestly don't believe that it matters. And the fact that we got guys that we're willing to rotate, we wasn't talking about rotating no old lineman coming in the last year.
See,
I'm
now
excited.
hear me out though, Mike. I don't think that we can rotate at tackle and it'd be okay. I think we can rotate at guard and be okay. I don't think we can rotate at tackle and be okay, dude. Like I don't want someone coming on the field at tackle to have to go one-on-one against Colin Simmons in the second quarter when Colin Simmons been playing the whole game and that tackle hasn't been playing.
Who says they're gonna have to go one-on-one? Who says that?
I mean, they don't have to, but they
who says
could
that Will Kazmarek ain't right there to get that chip or to block?
I mean, but okay, let me ask you this: are we doing that because that tackle was in? Because we're putting him in, are we then putting Will Kazmarek there? Because if we're doing that, then why do that when we already have a tackle who's been playing the rest of this game, and we could just leave him there?
I mean, one thing that we've always heard is that Will's our best blocking tight end, so he's going to be in next to somebody regardless. And
there's truth to that.
I'm not like here trying to. I don't know. I'm not here trying to like put any concern or anything out there. I got faith in our guys, man. I'm ready to roll, bro. So
yeah, no, me too, man. I think they're both going to be good. I think I want Phillip Daniels to play out there this week, bro, because Ethan is like probably more experienced and stuff. That could be beneficial. But they've been talking about Phillip Daniels like he's a dog mentality wise. And he's been constantly like arguing with people. And he's been going against CJ Hicks, practicing extra with CJ Hicks. It's like we might have the perfect guy out here who's a dog who can go against Colin Simmons. I think that might be like you're being groomed to go against Colin Simmons, and he's already a dog. So if Colin Simmons wants to talk trash or something, he's gonna let him know about himself. So I think I kind of want Phillip Daniels to start there.
Who say Ethan ain't a dog, man? Who say that?
I'm not saying Ethan ain't a dog, but
I mean moving from that left to that right ain't bring something different out that boy.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not, but that's just been reports that's been coming out of practice, bro. I mean, that's just facts. They said that Phillip keeps trying to fight people, and he's like riding
he's
for his boys.
Nonsense guy. Yeah, he's a no-nonsense guy, man.
So I think Ethan is too. When I watch them, honestly, the O lineman I was the most impressed with out of all of them when I went to practice was Ethan. He's crazy. He's good, bro, and he moves like very well for being how big he is.
Yeah. What else you got for us?
I mean, the wide receivers, I think we know that. We can just move on to defense because there's a couple questions on defense. Let me ask you this. Who do you think are the two starting defensive ends?
I believe the two starting defensive ends is definitely Kenyatta Jackson for sure and Caden Curry.
Okay, let me ask it this way. Who do you think are the two defensive ends with the most snaps at the end of the game? Because I keep saying starting, and I think they're going to give Caden Curry that start because he's a senior. But do you think that those two end up with the most snaps at the end of the game?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell because do you have someone – because are we going to go back to where we're using that Rushman package again? You know, like the snaps could end up like evening out if you're rotating with those guys. Then if you're using them with the Rushman package as well, because we've seen that. So I don't know, man. I don't know who's going to get the most snaps. I mean, to be honest, one thing that Ryan Day definitely said was, when they was asking him about who's going to start, and it was almost like he looks at all of the guys as starters. So
Yeah,
it's almost like we got
think,
that
dude.
1A, 1B.
That's what I think.
On left side, we got 1A, 1B. On the right side, we got 1A, 1B. It almost sounded like it almost sounded like that defensive tackle he's sure of, and we're probably about like 5 deep.
A D tackle?
Yeah, and he believes, like he's been saying exactly in his interview, he said what I've been trying to tell people all along, right? Was the simple fact of guys might not be ready week 1 to provide that depth, but through the season, and he brought up the Edric Houston's as an example, like in the middle of the season and to the end of the season, guys catch on, right? So just because you don't see them in this game week 1 doesn't mean that they're not a depth piece or that they won't be counted on later on in the year. And
yeah, you're 100% right about that. Now, for the conversation we're having, though, I'm just talking about for this game.
Yeah, I believe we got 4 guys, which I think is good enough.
I think so.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, let's move on from the defensive ends. Linebacker, you got Sonny and Arvell should play most of the game. I do think Peyton will probably get in there some, but that's not really a depth chart question. I think everybody knows.
The real question is Arvell number 4 or Garrett Stover number 4?
Riley is. You're talking about Riley Pettijohn.
It's Riley Pettijohn number 4. Is it Garrett Stover?
I was literally
4?
just about to ask you that same question.
Yeah, that's what we don't know.
On the depth chart, or not even on the depth chart. If they need a 4th linebacker to come in this game, is it Riley Pettijohn or is it Garrett Stover?
That's what we don't know, and that's what I'm excited to find out, bro. Because who's to say? Right now, it could be Garrett, and then it could go Garrett and Riley, right? But
I think that
as the season moves on, and because one thing that they did say is like Riley's still learning some things. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing that I could see them doing is you go ahead and you get Riley out there for a package and you allow him to play fast in his package and what he's doing. See ball, go get ball. Yeah, I like to see that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wonder, like you were saying, if it was this game, would Garrett Stover come in the game first? Just because of it being the Texas game and him having more experience. But if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so, bro. I think they really like Riley, and I think they would be willing to put him in this game if they needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on from the linebackers, then. There's 2 more spots that are really kind of open to me, or at least are worth discussion. I think your corners are locked down. You got Davis Nigbenosin and Jermaine Matthews. I guess maybe Devin Sanchez might play some, but I guess the depth chart question would be, is the next corner in Devin Sanchez or Aaron Scott? I don't know the answer to that. But I do want to talk about the safeties a little bit, and then we'll finish up with the nickel spot. The safeties, who do you think starts next to Caleb Downs?
Honestly, I think that's a 1A, 1B situation. I think if they coming out in like 11 personnel, it'll probably be McClain mostly.
See, here's what I'm trying to figure out.
I feel like if it's one of your bigger packages, it might be Malik Hartford.
Okay, here's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out if Jalen McClain and Malik Hartford are really 1A, 1B, or if they're 2 different positions, maybe. Kind of like, because they don't they say that Malik Hartford is more of like a ball hawk type safety. Jalen McClain is more of like your come downhill and hit you. Now, I know that Malik Hartford also can do that because we've seen him do it in games. But I think it's going to be McClain that starts next to Caleb Downs. I just don't know what, I can envision that, right? I can envision McClain. I've seen him play a lot. I've seen him in person. I can envision what it's going to look like with him playing that spot. I'm really struggling to envision what it's going to look like with Malik Hartford at safety. Because he just is he's like a big, tall kid. And they're saying he's a ball hawk, but we've never seen anything in a game or even, I don't even remember anything from practice really, that says that he is a ball hawk. So I'm intrigued, and I hope he gets to play.
From what I hear, Malik Hartford has more of the Lathan Ransom skill set. But
really, because I've heard he's a ball hawk, dude. I've heard he's like the opposite of that.
That's what I'm saying. What I believe is that McClain,
Okay.
yeah, McClain is more of the ball hawk. From what I believe and what I have heard, but we'll see.
Right.
I mean, I'm excited to see both of the guys. I think that we will see both the guys, and then again, I really don't believe it matters what position because all of these guys are being cross trained. So
yeah,
it's like they both have to know each position. Again, we also heard like Caleb Downs wasn't out there. So both of these guys were interchanging with the safety spot. So that whoever's out there, I got faith in and I got trust in. So they've been getting them reps.
All right. So the last position we need to talk about here is just that nickel spot. And I'm just going to throw it to you. I mean, who do you think that spot is for right now for this game?
Lorenzo. It's Lorenzo.
See, I've been hearing that Bryce West is taking a lot of the reps with the ones in practice. And that has me thinking, like, why would we be giving him reps in the one or reps in practice with the ones this close to like when we're about to play this big game if he's not going to play? So maybe if we're just talking about starting, maybe Lorenzo will get out there because he's older. But I don't know what to expect from Lorenzo Styles, especially. Like it's again, this kind of like what we were just talking about before. Like I can envision Bryce West in the nickel and what it would look like. And Lorenzo Styles has already played some. He's never done anything like bad that I can remember. But it's just hard to envision him playing an entire game at corner for Ohio State. I don't know why. And maybe I'm tripping. Maybe he'll go out there and be a playmaker. I hope he does, because I mean, obviously the kid has the Styles genetics. They say he has a concrete mentality. So I hope so. But I'm just very intrigued and interested in what Bryce West can do.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I mean, I think that we could possibly see him rotating out there, but I mean, even with the picture today, like they got Lorenzo Styles in the picture, man. We're gonna see Lorenzo Styles, and he's another person who's also been just keeping receipts, and he's seen what everybody's been saying, and he's been working. So we'll see. Now we get into this. We get into this game, this matchup. This is what everybody's here. Ohio State versus Texas. Ryan Day said he is focusing a lot of his time on the offense, which means that he believes in what Matt Patricia is doing. Matt Patricia is being the head coach of the defense. But that's what we expected, right? Also, we've talked about this. We would be shocked if Ryan Day didn't have his hands all over the offense in this first game leading up to Texas, right? And we expect that Ryan Day will have his hands even in the play callings a bit leading up to Texas. But I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited about this. Terry, what do you think about Ryan Day having his focus in the offense more than the defensive room?
See, I was just talking to some of my friends before we got on here. And my instinct was to say, I don't know how to feel about that. But also, like, I was kind of skeptical about it just because at one point Ryan Day was like the glorified OC, right? He would call the plays. His defense, he would be like, talk to my DC about that pretty much. Or like the special teams, they'd be like, oh, it was Parker Fleming's fault. And I don't want that for him because he stopped doing that for 1 year and we won the national championship. I think basically everywhere on the team improved, except for maybe the offense because he wasn't focusing all his time on that. So I didn't know how to feel about it at first, but it really just makes sense to do that. You know what I mean? Because we have a new quarterback, new offensive coordinator, and then you bring in a guy in Matt Patricia who I'm assuming Ryan Day is like, yeah, this is the guy who can actually run this defensive side of the ball, and I can trust him, and I don't have to watch every single thing that he does to make sure that he's not, making mistakes, pretty much. So I'm not too worried about it, man. I think it's going to work out. And honestly, anytime that Ryan Day has been focusing on our offense has been crazy. So that's another
Agreed.
aspect to that. Like,
agreed. So
and they got the players to do it, you know.
So impact players, man. I'm guessing we would say impact players for Texas. Obviously, what Arch and Colin Simmons. If you didn't want to go to Arch route, you would probably say Wingo. So, or do you have different impact players for Texas?
For Texas, I would say it's going to have to be Arch Manning on offense, and then on defense. You know, I could take the obvious answer and go with Colin Simmons, but I think that Texas could win this game without Colin Simmons having a big game. Somebody in their secondary is going to have a big game, though. And I don't. So I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just take a position group on this one because I think their secondary. They lost two really good players, and nobody seems to talk about it. Texas lost two like bona fide NFL players from last year with Makuba, and then what was their corner's name that won the Jade Barron. I mean, two bona fide NFL players, and if they don't replace that talent in the secondary with big time players who are ready to do big time things right away, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, man. My impact players for the Buckeyes is going to be Caleb Downs on the defensive side of the ball because he's just that eraser, that coach. They call him Coach Downs. That's my impact player there. And then on the offensive side, my impact player is got to be Max Clare because that's one thing I think that he's going to allow you to be able to attack Texas in the middle and put those safeties in conflict, which they didn't have to worry about last year.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Actually here, chat, let us know too, because this is actually a good one for you guys. I don't know why I didn't use this one, Mike. My bad. But let us know in the chat who your guys' impact players are for Ohio State and for Texas. Who do you think? And I mean, you can say the obvious ones if you want, or if you have a little bit of a different perspective and you want to tell us about that, let us know. And maybe we'll start your comments and pull them up later in the show here and read them and see kind of what we think about it. But yeah, Mike, for Ohio State, bro, this one is actually a little bit tougher. Like I said, I don't like to go the obvious route and go with like Caleb Downs, whatever, stuff like that. But nothing wrong with doing that. I'm going to go with on defense. I'm going to go with Arvell Reese.
I knew it. That's why I went Downs, man. I had to give you that one.
That's my dog. Nah, hey, but I just think that Texas Arvell Reese is going to be huge in canceling out all the side to side stuff that Sark likes to do. And if he likes to go side to side and then vertical, that's kind of just Sark's game, side to side, vertical. And I do think that Texas is going to go vertical some in this game. But I think that Arvell will be huge in stopping some of that side to side stuff because he's just a freak, man. And his instincts are crazy. So. All right. Let's see here. And then for offense, that's a tough one, bro. That is such a tough one. Because I mean, I like the Max. You know what? I'm gonna go Brandon Ennis. I think BI is ready to break out, bro. I think people be hating on BI, acting like he ain't that good. And in this game specifically, where we need to attack the middle of the field, like I feel like that's gonna be your go-to target. Along with Max Clare, so that obviously that's not a bad pick or nothing. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go BI and I'm gonna go Arvell Reese.
Okay, man. So let's go ahead and take our Buckeye hats off. I mean, you can keep your hat on, but I'm just saying, let's take our fan glasses off right now and let's figure out can Texas, or what would be the reason you believe Texas will win this game? What would happen in this game for Texas to win?
Oh, man. For Texas to win this game, Julian Sayin has to look like the moment is too big for him. That's what I'm going with. I think in order for Texas to win this game, they're going to have to rattle Julian Sayin because if they don't, his arm talent is just too good. And I think Ohio State's defense is just too good. I think they'll be in some trouble.
Yeah, definitely. If Ohio State loses the turnover battle, they'll lose this game. But I'll say the key for Texas winning this game is also winning the rushing battle. Right? They need to. Each game that they lost last year, they did not rush for over 3 yards a carry on average. So I think that they're going to need to be able to do that to go ahead and win this game. That's normally what it's been. But when they went up against Ohio State and Georgia, they could not get 3 yards an average carrying the ball. So I think that's what it would take for Texas to win. Now putting our fan glasses back on Ohio State, man. What would Ohio State do to win this game? What do they need to do?
Okay, yeah, for Ohio State, I think that they need to not allow Texas to score on big plays. That's what I'm gonna go with. I think the one way that Texas gets up to into like the 20, like the high 20s or the 30s in this game is if they allow Texas to score on big plays. And listen, I've been saying this, I've been just singing this over and over again. Arch Manning is cold at throwing the deep ball, bro. I don't care. Listen, people have been hating on Arch Manning. When he throws the ball deep, it's on the money. I mean, every time when I went back and watched all of his snaps that he's played so far, every deep ball he threw was on the money, bro. And Ohio State has to keep things in front of them in the sense of just not letting them score on big plays. If Arch throws it deep and they get a 40-yard chunk play, that's fine, but live to fight another day. Live to fight another day, get him to the ground, and give your defense a chance to go out there and stop him. Give Arch a chance to make a mistake.
Yeah, I would say basically the biggest thing that Ohio State needs to do is win this game basically from the defensive side of the ball. Matt Patricia has the best thing going for him right now where Texas does not know what to expect from him. And I think you're going to have to hit Arch early and often. Never let him get comfortable. Give him a reminder very early of that hit that he took the last time he saw Ohio State. I think that's definitely going to be the key is how the Ohio State plays defense against them. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the biggest thing. Now, Terry, we get to your question. Your question is the matchups. Who is Sark going to find that is going to be exploited? And last year, we know one thing that he did, he liked to use his running back. One thing that got us was that running back on the wheel route, using a wide receiver or someone to kind of chip or do a little rub route against the linebacker to stop him from getting to the running back. We know that Texas like to do that. They kind of found that on Sonny Styles. Now you have Sonny Styles out there. I'm sure he'll be, looking for that. But you also got Arvell Reese out there. Is it the linebackers that they're going to be looking for, or is it someone different?
Yeah, for me, man, I've seen people in the chat say Sonny. I mean, they got Sonny like one time last year. The other one was like not even on Sonny. I don't think. I think they just found a hole in the defense because he was nowhere near that guy. It didn't even look like he was trying to cover him. I don't think they can win that way though. I think if they're gonna target somebody, they're gonna have to pick someone and target them deep. And I think that maybe they can try to target. I don't even. Maybe I don't even want to say it. All right, maybe they could try to go at Jermaine deep. I don't know. No, they're not gonna pick on Jermaine because they're gonna lose if they do that. I mean, they might try it. It's got to be Lorenzo. It has to be, right? I feel like it has to be on our whole defense. If there's anybody that Sark is gonna feel like he can draw some stuff up and make some plays with, it might have to be Lorenzo. But again, I just don't think that it's gonna happen. I don't think that Lorenzo's trash like that where he's just gonna get picked on. But I'll go with Lorenzo.
Yeah, normally Sark, when he's scheming stuff up, the best thing that he's able to do is getting those linebackers and putting those linebackers in conflict. I don't really see that. But yes, I do believe Lorenzo was the one that I had picked as could possibly being the fish. That
Yeah.
Sark, that Sark tries to, get like, does he have the speed to keep up with the Ryan Wingo if you match Ryan Wingo up on him? Like, how is that going to go? Ryan Wingo with a nice, mesh or crosser. How would that go if we're in man? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the key is definitely getting the arch right away, because that way, your DBs don't got it covered. It's hard for them to see those windows or hit those guys. Let them have to do a scramble drill, man.
Yep. I agree.
All right, Terry, this
I
is what
agree.
everybody is waiting for, man. Score predictions, man. Your score prediction for this Ohio State and Texas game, man. Give us
Yeah,
your
Mike.
score prediction.
And I see that you have yours in here. I don't know if you're gonna go with the one you put in here, but I purposely didn't put one in here because this has to be off the top of the head, man. I haven't made a score prediction yet that has been anywhere that actually matters. So this is the first one. I really believe in this Ohio State team, bro. I really do. I believe in this Ohio State team a lot, but I don't believe in Ryan Day to let it loose in game one. I think he will later in the year, but not in game one, especially with a new quarterback. So I think this is going to be a low scoring game. We're going to muddy the waters for them. And I'm going to say Ohio State wins this game 24-13.
24-13, man. Terry's not too far off from me. I have the score at 24-17. Buckeyes, so go ahead. Let us know in the comments and in the chat what your score prediction is and who you have winning. We had a poll in the chat as well. We have at 50%, everybody says that Ohio State will win a close one. But coming in at second, you got a lot of people that believe Ohio State will win by double digits. Coming in third, you got the haters that believe that Texas will win by double digits. I believe that's people like Moose, Johnny, and Tree Dog, man. Shout out to those guys who pull up to the chat, man. We appreciate you guys as well. And we are going to get to all of your chats that is in the live. But before we do that, we have a little housekeeping. Go ahead and listen to Mark.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link, and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
All right, make sure if you're shopping on Amazon, it costs you nothing to click that link and use and shop that way with that link, man. It costs you nothing. Just helps our platform out, man. But Terry, before we go ahead and get out of here, man, we got some underrated games to talk about, or shall I say the game to talk about. No, not the game, underrated game to talk about. The one that I picked for this week is Syracuse taking on number 24, Tennessee, this Saturday at 12 p.m. on ABC. They will be playing the same time that the Buckeyes will play. I normally have multiple games on different TVs. Obviously, on my big, massive TV, I'm going to have a Buckeye game. But in the corner, this will be one of the games that I will have on, man. What do you think? You don't got to give us no score prediction. Who do you think will come out and win this game? Because Syracuse has the chance to do the funniest thing ever.
Man, hey, that you know what? I was just looking for a game as like a because you know we're getting around the time I usually do my upset of the week, so I was looking for a game that might be the one, man. I'm gonna keep looking, but I think that will be a good game. Now I know it's at Tennessee, so that's gonna be a problem. But I just love Fran Brown, bro. I love what he does, man. So I definitely could see that being a close game. I do think that Tennessee will probably win it, though, man. Just I think the talent probably wins out there.
Yeah, talent probably wins out in that, man, but I'm going to still ride with Syracuse and Fran Brown, man. One thing I saw, the Tennessee DBs, they don't really give me hope at all. And one thing that we know, if Syracuse, if they believe in their quarterback, we know they know for slinging that pill, man. So Fran Brown, he's also known for getting his team hype and getting them ready for games that people expect them to lose, and they come out and get the dub. So
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
man. I love Fran Brown, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Now we got our top games to go ahead and end this off, man. Our top games: number 9, LSU at Clemson, Saturday night kickoff, 7:30 on ESPN. I'm going Clemson with this. I feel like Clemson knows who they are on offense, knows who they are on defense, has a veteran team coming back, and that's why I got them over LSU. Not saying that LSU can't be a better team later in the year, but they're going to have to get some chemistry with the new defense that they have installed. I know that they have the Jimmies and Joes. They got guys returning on the offensive side, but I've even seen it take some time for your defense to go from not so good to being really good.
What DC did they get? Do you remember?
I'm not sure.
Oh, man, it was somebody who. Dang it! I'm so mad at myself for not.
A lot of
remembering
people
this.
raving about him, man, but again, we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, Mike, with this game, bro, I'm taking LSU. I forget who the DC is, but I remember thinking like, oh, that could be a problem when he went there. And I don't know, man. I'm just not believing in the Clemson stuff, bro. I think they play in a weak conference. Like when you're in the ACC, you got to do more than just like make the playoffs and win a game or whatever they did last year to impress me, because I already know your schedule's weak, and that's why you got to the playoffs in the first place. And it's like if you go against the best teams and you could, like Texas, I'm pretty sure, didn't Texas beat Clemson pretty bad last year in the playoffs? Let me see. I know they got a lot of people coming back though, but give me LSU, bro. That's what I'm going with. Blake Baker, that's the DC at.
It was
LSU.
what 24-38. Texas just it kind of got out of hand in the second quarter. Texas put up 21 points. All Clemson could do was score 3, but they're not going up against Texas. They're going up against LSU that's still rebuilding. And then again, you got Brian Kelly, so you be putting a lot of faith in him as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't shock me if Clemson came out and won this game just because what they got coming back. Now I found that DC I was talking about, it's Blake Baker, who was at Missouri. And I remember when we played Missouri, their defense was flying around. I think that guy's a good DC, and he's going to do good things with LSU's talent, though. Give me LSU, bro.
All right. And last game that we have is number 6, Notre Dame takes on Miami Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on ABC. Probably going to go hang out with the fellas, get a couple drinks, and watch this game at a bar, man. But I'm going to take Notre Dame in this, man. I just believe Notre Dame trenches are better. I also believe that their skill guys can get after Miami's DBs a little bit better than. I think that it's going to be a good game. And here's the thing, Miami can win this game. Notre Dame isn't known for, coming out playing their best ball in the beginning of the season under Marcus Freeman. They've known for losing to teams they're not supposed to lose to, but they normally play up for big matches. And one thing that with Notre Dame is you got to come with your lunch pail in that trench game.
Yep. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I'm taking Notre Dame on this one, dude. I think they're Jordan Love probably run for 250 yards on them. I just don't see Miami's defense getting better. I don't think like they had so many issues with their defense when you watch them last year that it's like I don't even think that you're fixing that. Even if you got like a new defensive coordinator, which I don't know if they did or not, but you're just not fixing that. You got guys can't tackle, guys just look lazy, and they it's just Give me Notre Dame, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. Before we get out of here, man, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Just going through the comments a little bit when we were talking about who is Sark going to pick on. A lot of people is saying that they believe that it's going to be Lorenzo Styles and Iggy. I don't believe that it's going to be Iggy. He didn't pick on Iggy last year, and if he felt that he could, he would have. So those are basically like the only two that I am seeing so far is everybody that everybody is talking about. Also, when we were talking about impact players for the Buckeyes, people said Reese, and then so I'm guessing Arvell Reese for Ohio State and Simmons for Texas defensive wise. And our guy Akron Rex said Julian is the X factor for Ohio State, and Kenyatta Jackson is also the X factor.
Yep.
And we'll flash these. Rex gave his score prediction 34-24, Garrison 24-20, Buckeyes. Andre Price 28-26, Buckeyes. So in Jam 24-21. We appreciate. Oh, my bad. One more. Moose said Texas 24, Ohio State 14. Unbiased, man. Again, we appreciate all of you all for coming out, man. Terry, do you have anything else for the good people?
No, thank you guys for watching, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Retweet if you're on Twitter. Thanks you guys for watching, man. For real. That's it.
All right.
Famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeyes. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Being the Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro.